that's why I don't travel to Tijuana. What's what's going on? What? Welcome back to the Get Fresh Crew podcast. My name is Big Fresh.
I'm Crew.
So normally I jump in and I go, "Hey, Crew, what you been up to?" You know, I'd be asking questions. I'd be caring.
You
You a
do.
friend or whatnot? Um,
Sometimes.
you a friend or whatever? I'm worried
Why are you
because
worried?
because I heard some news.
Oh,
Somebody
shit.
posted some things,
Things have been
and
posted.
I need you to go into as much detail as you possibly can
With
about
pleasure.
how you've been. So yeah, tell me.
Sorry.
Sad ass dancing in a podcast. It's making sense. She did the hammer joint too. Yeah, tell me what
There
you
you
want.
go.
Come on now. All right.
Okay. So, yeah, with pleasure. So I've been doing great. Had a very
Uh-huh.
interesting past, I'd say 72 hours at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to Thursday, normal week up until Thursday. Thursday, shit hit the fan. I woke up, my kid was sick, she was throwing up. I was like,
Fuck.
it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, cool. Um, I woke up, my phone was stuck on a loop. It was just the Apple logo, just on a
Oh
loop.
fuck.
I was like,
Okay.
okay, that's fun. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can still go to the gym. I could probably connect my AirPods to my watch and still listen to music. Cool, no problem, whatever. So I was like, all right, got the other kid ready for school. That all happened.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, great. So then get one kid to school. I go pick up my husband. I'm telling him about what's going on with my phone. Like, okay, we have to go to AT&T. Cool. All right, fine. At this point, the gym's not happening. I've come to terms with it. Cool, no problem.
Okay.
Boom. The youngest one, she starts to feel better. She's eating.
Good.
So we take her to school. She's fine. Cool. So I do like a budget, like every 6 months or so, I'll like revisit the budget just to update it, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, while I'm waiting for the youngest to get ready and everything, let me just start getting these numbers together. So I go
Okay.
log in to my car insurance. Shout out to Progressive. And that
Right.
shit is
Yes.
$444.89. I said, I know you fucking lying. My shit's normally
For 1 month?
for what? The next payment that is due is $444.89. My shit is normally like 180 something.
Right.
Normally. Cool. I'm like, I can't call nobody because
Uh-huh.
now we're at like 9 o'clock. My phone's still on the loop. Cool.
Okay.
All of this is going on. I'm like, I'm about to lose my motherfucking mind. Okay. So I hit up Progressive. I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are you smoking? Because what? And she was like, well, we added this person to your policy. Why the fuck did you do that? Who said that was okay? Who authorized that? Well, we sent you an email. Bitch, don't nobody check that shit. Call me.
The fuck? All right, call
I was
me.
so irritated. And so then I was
They
like,
added a person.
oh, a person that said this person does not live here. This person does not have the keys to my car. This person does not drive my car. This person doesn't know what my car smells like. Okay? Like, what?
Okay.
So that is
Okay.
all going on. Thursday, and this happened in a span of like 4 hours maybe. Went to not Apple, AT&T. They were like, you can either pay this phone off, upgrade it, or you can file a claim with insurance, and that's gonna take for all of eternity. I was like, bro, just
Yeah.
here. So got the phone, we're back, we're connected, cool. Went to work after that.
Jeez. Okay.
So that was Thursday. So Thursday night, I had the opportunity to stream. I was like, cool. Normally I don't stream on Thursdays, but this Thursday night I was like, okay, we're gonna stream. I just need to de-stress. Today's been hell. I just want to kick it with my friends and laugh and have a good time.
Because when I saw that noti that you were going to go stream, I was like, am I missing something in the schedule
Right.
here? Like,
Right.
okay.
Oh,
So you just
you're a
started streaming.
friend.
I was like, all right, bet. I try. I'm waiting for the check to come in, and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, my friendships are free. I'm so sorry. We don't have the budget to pay.
So
Support the
I'm just gonna
podcast.
support the. That's just me, the steal. Just go ahead and leave real quick. Okay, so Thursday you decided to stream. I'm
Yes.
here. I'm
So I
listening.
decided to stream, and I was like, I'm feeling very aggressive, a lot of pent up anger. Let's watch people slap each other. So we watched slap boxing. Your
Oh,
face.
okay. No, no, no. Okay, I'm here. No, I've done this. I've done this, so that's fine. Okay, I
Okay,
got you.
so we watched slap boxing, and it was very entertaining. Like they had like a
Mm-hmm.
slow mo, people's faces just contorting, crazy.
Is it the new series? Is that new
It's a
like
series, yes.
okay, cool, cool, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one I had originally watched, yeah, that was weird. Because that was the one in like Russia, and
Oh, I know they
they'll
got
sit
down
there
and
and
dirty.
sheesh, they're like, hey, bring your face, and I'm like, oh, bro, and they'll just sit there and they'll cock back,
Yeah, they be
and they're
like,
just like, ah, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Right?
yeah.
They about to make the wildest mixtape. They just be like, uh-huh, uh-huh, and you're like, all right, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Right.
but yeah,
What is
okay,
happening?
so you're watching slap boxing. I
Watching
got you.
slap boxing. We started watching rap battles because, you know, keeping up with the theme of disrespect and aggressiveness. Rap battles is just
Yes,
top
exactly.
tier, so
Yeah. Oh,
good.
you mad because I'm styling on you? All right,
Right?
cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, bet.
So, we got people throwing links in the chat. We're watching stuff. We're having a good time. The stress
Yeah.
levels are falling. We're having a great time. We even watched epic rap battles of history. You remember that from back in the day?
Yeah, I got you.
Yes. Was
Absolutely.
watch. It was smashing good time. We're
Yeah.
chilling, having a great time. Next thing I know, boop, the stream says reconnecting. In OBS, it says reconnecting. So when for people that don't stream, how we stream is through a tool called OBS, which allows you to get your stuff out. That's really the simple version of it. So
Yep.
I look, OBS says reconnecting. I'm like, here we go again with this fuck ass internet. And so
This fuck ass internet is great. All right, cool.
So I'm like, okay. So I was like, let me just wait. I'm gonna wait to reconnect. Next thing I know, I look at my phone. That shit logged me out of Twitch. I said, bro, ain't no motherfucking way. Because at this point, I already knew what was up.
That's a new feeling. I've never experienced
I
that.
hope you never experience it. I just looked at
I
my
hope I
phone
get
in
famous
disbelief.
enough to scare it. Jeez. Okay. All right. So you're getting logged out. All right.
So I'm logged out of Twitch.
It's the nigga that was on your account for your insurance that logged you out. That's what it was, right? That makes more sense to me. That so and so joined the car insurance.
Yep.
And now they about to take over your Twitch account.
Crazy.
All right, bet.
It's a
That's crazy.
conspiracy. It is a personalized attack.
It's a person, right? All right. So no, what actually happened? Shit.
Stream goes down. I'm immediately logged out of Twitch, which is crazy. It's kind of like somebody possessed my phone because like who authorized that? So
Yeah.
immediately I go to my email. Lo and behold, Twitch gave me a cute little email. Hey, you've been suspended for 3 days. The reason, nudity. I said, bitch, where?
Oh my god.
Who?
Was your slap boxing on ass only?
No, it was all cheeks,
Right.
neck up.
Oh, it was the neck up cheeks.
Some motherfuckers ain't even have a neck. This one dude just was like, he looked like, what's his name? Gru from Despicable Me. Like, that ass looked like him.
Oh, fuck.
No neck shotty. So.
Yeah, you can't knock him out because he can't go like this at all. Like, he can't turn his head
legit,
fast.
it was really funny. It was very funny. So.
But not this fucking nudity that didn't pop up.
Nudity. And I'm just like, where? So when you get suspended on Twitch, they completely shut your shit down.
Fuck ass. Yes.
They suspend your shit.
Company.
They any trace of your channel is gone. It's wiped from the earth. And then there's this little fuck ass message that's like, oh, this person is temporarily or something not available. They pretty much snitch on you.
Yeah. They dox you, but in a weirder way where it's just like they just go, hey, we know that you did something, but we can't prove it. So what we're gonna do is keep you from doing anything for a couple of days.
Can't log on to Twitch. Can't watch my other friends stream. I can't do anything. I'm like, I am frozen out of my account. So
that's why we have backup accounts. I mean, what?
Allegedly.
Sorry, I got you. My bad. Allegedly.
There we go. So I'm like, and the shit that pisses me off, like if it was legit nudity, if something was wrong, prove it. Where's your evidence? There's no receipts. There's no anything. You can just say I did something and then you don't have to prove it. Like I need you to show me where it was. Send me a screenshot of the VOD, or at least let me go through the VOD. And you can appeal the suspension, but they're gonna leave you on red for the duration of the
Yeah,
suspension. Like
absolutely.
oh shit. And it just
It's
like
complete whole shit.
it's complete hoe shit. And I'm just like, bro, I am really, really sick of Twitch. Y'all are really annoying me right now. And I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. So,
Yeah.
silver lining in just about everything. So since I can't stream on Twitch, the very next day, which would have been Friday, yesterday, I had a stream planned where we do anonymous talks, and it was really spicy, and it was a lot of fun. And initially, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to reschedule it," and I was like, "No, fuck that." There's like a million other There's a million other
Exactly.
platforms. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm on a suspended tour. I have
Suspended
deemed
tour is
it the
crazy.
suspended tour,
Oh
and
yeah.
we are streaming everywhere else but Twitch. We're streaming on YouTube. I streamed on Kick today, which is like Twitch knockoff. And I
Yeah.
found all of these other platforms. There's one called Caffeine TV. There's one called
Caffeine. Yeah, the caffeine's actually been out for a while.
I just found out about it, and
Caffeine's been out for a brick because they used to put
black
rap
people
battles on
everywhere.
there
Oh my
everywhere. They
god.
used to, and they've been trying to get it to like they've been trying to tell people that like yeah we have other ways. Truvio, I think is one of them.
Yes,
There's like other
there's so
yeah.
many, and I'm gonna run through all of them, and we're gonna see how it works out. But that's yeah,
Shit,
shit's
I put some shit on
funky.
caffeine if it looked nice.
Yeah, caffeine looks pretty dope. I want to look into it a little bit more before I just jump in. But caffeine, it was like I clicked on it, going in no expectations or no nothing. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
these people look like me. I was like, oh, and then
Hmm.
I kept scrolling, and it wasn't just like a speckle. It wasn't just like one or two. It was
She
like
said
rows
she's
scrolling.
like wow more blacks. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty dope.
yeah,
No,
I'm excited. We'll
I'm
see what
glad there's a
happens.
silver lining
Yeah,
because the way when I tell you the way the crew went off
I went the
on
fuck off.
Instagram, it looked
And
like
Twitter.
Tupac when he's like, "That's why I fucked your bitch." Like he just literally he came that she literally said, "All right, well Twitter being a whole ass bitch. All right, shout out to Kick. I'm over here on Kick.com, right? Fuck your bitch and the click you claim. Inside, motherfucker." I was like, God dang, what happened? And then you go, and then my favorite part is that we don't know what the hell was the reasoning behind it called
Mhm.
nudity. And then you go and screenshot somebody else's stream that had nudity on it.
Her ass was literally out completely.
Literally, and they're trying to talk about is modeling. She had, you ever, I don't know if y'all ever seen these like I don't know if you call it thongs if you want, but it's like it only
Okay.
takes up one cheek and then it wraps around the other front of it because somehow that's attractive or
Magic.
comfortable because that's what clothing's supposed to be. It's supposed to look good and it's supposed to feel good. There's the two main things that people have thought about. Not the fact that it's supposed to cover you and shield you from the elements. It's supposed to look attractive and it's supposed to fucking feel good. Those are two things. I don't think it covers any of those things.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
Not
Not at
it
all.
don't cover none of that or her body. So like you just at that point is it clothes, right?
Like,
It's
where are
like
you
that
going
fucking
with that?
what was that college humor when they started doing
Mm.
the jeggings sketch and they're like, "Can
Oh,
I wear these jeggings?" He's like, "Absolutely no jeggings." And they're like, "Can I wear this onesie?" Yeah, the onesie's fine. How about this nunsie? You're naked at your desk. And they're like, "So I can't wear it?"
oh,
That's what
college
it
humor
gives
is
me that
underrated.
so much so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why college humor is so underrated. Donald, but well, chill out. I was about to get it. It's called dramatic pause. All right, I'm not high. All right, so Donald, Donald Glover
Mm-hmm.
was actually on College Humor.
Oh, he was. I didn't know that.
He had a whole group with him called Derek Comedy, and it
Nice.
was like 4 or 5 people. and they used to do sketch comedy on like the original College Humor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know
So he
that.
has a, if you look up Derek Comedy on
Mm.
YouTube, you will find a bunch of sketches uh that have some choice material,
Okay.
and you're going to watch those and you're going to go yikes, because one of them is called the spelling bee.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm
What
going
are
to
they
let people know
spelling?
that's the hard part is
Ooh, we're just gonna have to watch it.
I think the best thing for you to do is to go on YouTube and
Mm.
just go Derek Comedy spelling bee
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
and watch it and let me know, because as much as I want to say what they spell,
It's better to watch it.
it's so much better to just watch it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all, dude. Do that.
Bet.
Fuck.
Speaking of, I
Yeah.
actually watched the Chris Rock's stand up special. I actually watched it.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I laughed. I thought it was very funny. I feel
Yes.
like the snippets and the outrage that people have are exactly what he was talking about in the special. It was absolutely funny. I loved it. I think it's good. I think everybody should watch it. He's pretty much talking about selective outrage, the same shit we were talking about back in episode
Exactly.
1. So
Hmm.
it was actually pretty good. Everybody's up in arms, and the world is very sensitive now, and he pretty much
Yeah.
speaks on that in the stand up, and it's good. It's very funny. He
It's kind
went
of what you
in
have to
at
do.
the end.
I gotta watch it.
Please watch it.
I started watching the beginning and I was thrown off. The only reason why I was having a hard time, I was watching it probably around like midnight, 1 a.m. I
Mm.
turned it on and I'm watching it and I'm like, this man's wearing an all white suit and his eyes are yellow. So I was just like, I can't do it. It was making it real difficult. It was making it real fucking difficult for me to watch that man. And I was like, you have money. You can just get eye dye or something.
I
Like it
die?
just, I don't know.
That's not a
It's just,
thing.
it's not. But whatever happened, it's just you shouldn't have worn an all white suit. Like you back in the day, you wore like a black leather jacket. That was fine. Now
Mm.
you wear an all white, like you're gonna go see Adam Sandler on his yacht. Like it just looked weird.
Not Adam Sandler.
Um, for
Yikes.
me, I've been chilling. Uh, my I don't think I have anything currently school related. Well, no, that's not true.
Mm.
Here comes my uh bitching for the moment. Okay. Friday. It was a great day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had a everybody had a day on Friday.
Mm.
Uh I had a student who, like one of my constant students, who decided not to show up for class, and then I have to send somebody to
To
go
find
get
him?
them. Because they so a group of girls through three different classes will get up at a particular time and walk to my class because I have instructed them to be responsible to come to my class.
Okay.
And then I'll even send out a message saying, "Hey, I've moved your times. Check the website. I've changed your time."
Mm-hmm.
And so these girls were responsible enough to read the message, and they showed up at the time that they were supposed to. This particular girl did not show up, and I knew she was here.
Oh.
And I said, "Go get her." She comes back. She goes, "No." She said she wasn't coming.
What?
And I said, "I didn't ask you if it was convenient for her to show up. I told you, go get her." Now, I'm not mad at the
Yo.
girl, but I'm
No, no,
telling her,
no.
like, I'm serious. So, like,
Like,
she
get
goes
her.
off and gets her, right? And they always make excuses about why somebody comes and does it, right? This is the same girl who, like, on a Wednesday, I told her, bring your instrument on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped her before she got on the bus. I said, she was like, uh-huh. And I said, not uh-huh. Bring your instrument on Friday. She didn't
Right.
bring it.
Of course she did it.
She didn't bring it. And then she turned around and made it seem like I forgot it. And I said, cool, go ahead and call your parents. And she's like, they're not gonna bring it. I said, I didn't ask you if they were gonna bring it. I said, go call your parents and ask them
Mm-hmm.
to go get your instrument. Just so that somebody's aware. Just so that we're having this conversation so that I don't have to make it seem like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with your daughter. Right? I'm not
Right,
doing that.
right.
Right.
We
So
ain't
I'm
playing
like,
those games.
you gonna be responsible.
Right.
and I'm gonna put you on blast because that's what I'm fucking gonna do.
Period.
So that to that Friday, yesterday, she
Mm-hmm.
turns around and comes to the class. I said, why do we keep playing this game? She was like, I don't want to be in this class anymore. I said, I didn't ask you that. Why are we playing this game?
Right.
Because like they keep trying to just tell me what they're gonna do. She's like, I don't want to be here. And I said, you don't want to be here?
Bitch, me neither.
Okay. No. I said, okay, cool. I said, goodbye. I said, you know you failed, right? She goes, that's fine. And walked out of the class. I went, you know you done fucked up, right? You 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 know you done fucked up, right? Anytime a kid goes and hears the words, you failed, and your response is, okay, I go,
Mm-mm.
gotcha, bitch. Because because primarily because you're 10 years old. You don't get to make that decision. Mom
Mm.
gets to make that decision. You don't get to make that decision.
Mm.
So now I'm calling mom. And I sent a text message. I said, hey, when is it cool to talk about your daughter's behavior in my class? And she
Mm.
goes, anytime after 2. I said, cool, I'll call you at 2:30.
Right.
Called mom, told her exactly what happened. She goes, yeah, she told me that she tried to quit. I told her she couldn't quit. And I was
Mm.
like, cool. Mind you, I said, this is the same girl who then came to the performance. She performed. She
Mm.
got through the performance. She did the thing. She was all like,
Yeah.
yeah, you just want to do it. She's like, yeah, she's not quitting, especially because I'm paying for that violin
Oh, come on. And those things are not cheap.
every month. They're not cheap. So she goes, I said, yeah, cool. I said, look, I said, normally I handle any types of behavior situations and I
Right.
don't even bring it to parents because I usually just nip it in the
Just
bud.
handle it.
But when,
Yeah.
because it is what it is. And I go through that and I might
Mm.
send a message, I might not.
Mm.
Just so that we have this personal relationship between me and this kid so that we
Right.
understand, like, I didn't tell your mother because I figured that you were grown enough to handle the situation.
Right.
You have proved to me that you are your age and I'm going to tell them because you don't have the respect for me that I have for you.
Mm. That part.
So so now I sat there and I called mom. Mom's
Mm.
like, yeah, that's not cool,
That's not what
and
we're doing.
she's not supposed to be disrespectful like that. I'm gonna have a talk with her. I said, cool. I said, she's like, is it is she supposed like how long is she supposed to be in this class? I said, the last day of class is June 10th.
Mm.
So she's in here all the way until fourth quarter. She goes, okay, then I'll talk to her.
Period.
I'm not running these games with nobody. I'm not.
It's not.
I'm not running.
Mm-mm.
I'm not playing games with y'all. Y'all want to make you this like, oh, this class isn't fun. I want to do this, blah blah blah. I was like, if you want me to sit, like, I have no problem as an
Mm.
individual. If you a 10-year-old kid and you're like, I'm not having fun. All right,
Mm.
cool. What would you like to do for fun?
Right.
I, I don't know. Okay, so you don't have an idea. So when you think of one,
Let me know.
that's fine. Are you having fun in English? Are you having fun in science? Are you having fun in social studies? What about gym? PE. You having fun
Right.
in those classes? Cool. This isn't a place for fun.
You get to learn.
You're here to learn. Now, what makes it worse about this particular girl,
Mm.
she was in my class last year. She played flute last year.
Okay.
And she did the same situations of not bringing her instrument and not practicing. Flute's very hard. In my
Mm.
opinion, any kid who can turn around and learn how to play flute fluently is a very smart kid
Mm.
because to look at a flute, you have to literally look at it and go, the fuck are these buttons? And then you have to keep your fingers on those buttons instead of moving them up and down. So
Mm.
your brain has to process holding a flute, doing this, and moving your fingers.
Yeah.
So I get really lucky once every year where I get one kid who's like, I can move from this note to this note to this note at this speed.
Mm.
Every other kid is like, I played this note, and then they take 30 seconds readjusting their fingers, and then they go back and play another thing.
Mm.
So this particular kid, she's like, I don't have my book. I don't have my instrument. I don't know. I can't read music. I'm dumb. And it's like, get the fuck, like, get the fuck out of my face. You
Yo.
can't sit here and play this role all the time. So she used to do this all the time. This year, she switches to violin. Why did
Mm.
she switch to violin? Not because
Why
she's
did she
looking for a
come
challenge.
back?
Why did she come back? Because her cousin's in the class.
Get the fuck. Okay.
And her cousins in the class doing better than her. Also tried to quit. Told granddad, you ain't quitting. So she came back,
I'm tired
and
of
now
this,
she's like
Grandpa.
active. Right, exactly. It's too damn bad. You keep digging. That's exactly what the fuck happened. And she turned around and she actually was like, all right, cool. And I said, she was like, this is gonna be too many notes to play. And I turned around and was like, 10 minutes later, don't it look like you playing the whole song?
Mm,
Yeah, exactly. Y'all need to stop pretending that you have to memorize all the music I give you and read the notes.
just read
So,
it.
so yeah, that that kid got a whole phone call and I had no
Good.
problem with it.
Nor should you.
Um,
Mm.
my approach now for the rest of the year is every 2 weeks I'm testing them.
That's smart.
Be- it's smart, but it's unfortunate because I tried to avoid assessments for a while because the kids were constantly being tested. I would get to school and I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm about to pull kids. They're like, oh, we're in the middle of a test. Oh, we're doing state testing right now.
Damn.
And it was the bane of my existence because I sit there and be like, all right, so I can't pull kids today. I guess I'll just go to my office and do nothing. All right, cool, we'll do nothing. Hey, could you possibly come and do nah. Just because I'm not testing don't mean I'm doing nothing.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Value my time, goddamn.
right. I'm a very busy man.
Allegedly.
So my thing is just like, so I got really pissed off with them. And I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
this is what y'all gonna do. Because if in my eyes, you're not showing me that you're applying yourself when I'm not
Right.
here. So
Right.
now and that's fair because like it's your first time playing an instrument or it's your second year playing it and you feel some type of way. And I
Mm-hmm.
get that. And I get it. My biggest issue is that I don't see them every day.
Okay. Yeah.
And so when you have to repeat a thing at least 15 times for a kid before
Jesus.
it sits in. So no matter how you deliver the information to that kid, they got to turn around and be like, wait, what was the homework?
Right.
So
Oh.
now, right. So my last year, I got them real fucked up, right? And sometimes when you teach for a while and you provide a thing that's like this is
Mm.
just normal, guys, and they
Yeah.
freak out, it makes you feel better because they made you feel like shit for a long time. So I told a whole class, I
Mm.
said, I want you to understand on this particular day we're having a playing test. And they're like, okay, when is it on? I was like, I'm glad you asked. It's on this song. All you have to do is play that song. And they're like, okay. And I said, and just so you guys don't think that I'm just joking about this,
Mm.
I will be recording all of your playing tests and sending it to your parents.
Oh shit. Shit just got
And
real.
shit just got real. So now kids are like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah. Because what are you showing your parents that you've been working on?
Right.
So a lot of kids got into that moment and they stood up and they went, yep, I'm taking it serious.
Right.
And then there's other kids who sat there and shat the bed because they sat there and they're looking on like I go, all right, cool, start, all right, begin.
Mm.
Here they go. Click. Or they play an instrument and they just and they just sound like trash the whole time.
Mm.
And they're confused. They're like,
Right.
I guess I played the song. It's like there's no way
That's
that you
not
have
it.
the mental capacity to sit here, know what the song sounds like, play sounds out of the instrument, and go, I did it.
Mm. No, you no, you didn't.
So yeah, one time I was in class and I literally looked at a kid. I told him to play the first four notes of "Mary Had a Little Lamb." You
Mm-hmm.
can tell I'm done. I'm done. I'm clearly done. Just
Right.
for everybody listening, I'm done. I've been done for a year.
How long have you been
Um,
teaching?
I've been teaching in public school for 3 years. I've
Okay.
been interacting with students for like 7.
Goddamn.
So I've been on the staff of like high school marching bands.
Yeah.
I've been working and giving master classes to middle schools and high schools.
Mm.
I've conducted a college orchestra.
Period.
I just recently conducted a brass band made up of adults. So like
You do this
as
shit.
you can see, I can do this shit for real
Right.
for real. I does this right. So like my issue
Right.
was like, all right, cool, do the thing. And they're like, what do you mean do the thing? And I'm like, there's no way that you're going to tell me your comprehension level is this low that you don't understand.
That
So what I tell
part.
them is like, play the first four notes. And I'll play it first because I
Simple.
know that you got to do all the things. I go, bop, 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 bop. That's all I want. Four notes. Four notes. Just four. Just four. Kid plays it. Doesn't sound like anything I played. And then they just look at me. I go, why look at me?
Oh, I hate that. I hate. What do you look? Oh, I hate that.
Wait, what are you looking at? And they're I said, did you play it? Yeah. I said, did it sound like how I sounded? No. I said, so are you satisfied with the way it sounds? No. So why wouldn't you just try it again? These are simple fucking things that I don't have time for anymore.
Golly.
So you're
Jeez.
looking at me like you want, but like I also have to have sympathy because part of the sympathy is as a teacher, you
Mm.
have to know that these kids missed out on so much in COVID,
True.
but they also
True.
missed out as an individual that they are here. So their only assumptions is that they are supposed to be instructed. So
Mm-hmm.
what I do is I craft things in my class where they are critiquing each other
Okay.
so that they can witness maybe they did it but I didn't,
Peer to
right?
peer. Smart. Yeah.
Right. So you have to do those things constantly so that it's not them thinking the only way I know it's right is if he says so.
Yes. That part. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to build on different people's multiple intelligences so that you're like, all right, it's not just because I saw it written, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like there's software that's out there that when you play it back, it shows up as you made that note correct and it was on time, it's green.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not on time, it's orange. If it's the wrong note, it's red. So
Nice.
like
Okay.
that's the visual learners. It does all the things and the stuffs.
That's dope as fuck.
These fucking kids won't open the app. So like it doesn't even help
Jesus.
that I have provided them a website that plays all the tracks. And the website's so great that it even lets you slow down the track to whatever speed you want.
Wow. Wow. And they're not even opening it up. Opening it
And they're
up.
not even opening it. And I told them, I said, your playing test is on this. If you go to
Mm.
my website, you can listen to the track. You know how it sounds. You need to practice it. I don't
Right.
care what it is. And I'll see kids get on the bus on Friday, hands empty, because they left their instrument in the school. And I go,
Jesus.
okay. There are people who are built to do this particular job where they're like, they're mothering, they're parenting all
Mm.
the time.
All the
And they're just like,
patience.
come on, guys, you got to do this better. I'm more of, hey, I can show you how to make your art sound great
Mm-hmm.
and make it sell, right? Like I tell them, I tell grown adults this all the time. I said, whatever musical idea you got, you better sell it to me like a used car salesman and make it sound good.
Right.
And when I ask you about a decision you made, you better have a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it makes it different. Somebody's like, I think you should go this way. So if I turn around while you're playing something that's not written,
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to go, stop. Why did you play it that way? And you should be like,
Have an answer.
I should have an answer. That's
Right.
how it should always go on a
Absolutely.
higher cognitive level.
Absolutely.
When you start playing because you just feel like playing, I tell grown adults and I tell young people, I said, you're not good enough to do what you feel.
Mm.
You got
Somebody
to
need
do
to
what's
hear
on the
that.
paper. Let me say it closer so y'all motherfuckers understand. You're not good enough to
Mm.
do what you feel. You got to do what's on the paper. And then when you have excelled what's on the paper, then you
Man.
may exceed what's on.
That,
Father
come
God,
on.
come on now.
A word.
A word. A word. Speaking of teaching, because Lord
Mm.
knows
God bless.
today's illustrious episode is about
Uh,
perspective.
yes. POVs.
It's about It's not that type of POV. It's just about
Chill.
perspective. And Lord, okay. So
Another word.
another word. Uh, so so please,
Mm.
as a mother,
Mm.
right? Uh, have you had situations dealing with teachers and your kids?
Absolutely. Yes.
What do you feel like is a situation that you've been through with your kids, like that you can actually share, maybe,
Yeah.
that's like you've either had a positive or negative situation with a teacher?
I'll do a positive and a negative. And
Okay.
it both happened during this school year. So I have a 4-year-old, she's in pre-K, and I have an 8-year-old, she's in third grade. So 4-year-old, this is pre-K. I want to say the first week of school. Yeah, this happened the first week of school. Um, Pick her up. So she has her hair braided for school. And I pick her up, and her hair is cut. Not all of it, just one braid. She had a braid like kind of by her temple. Yeah, just going down with beads on it. It's
No.
it's gone.
No. No, you got me
I
fucked up.
completely. And mind
I
you,
forgot this happened this year.
this
Holy
year,
crap.
this year, and
Okay.
nobody called me. There, I didn't hear anything. It was radio silence. So I'm picking up my youngest child. First week of school. How did it go? My baby's hair is missing. I'm like, what the fuck? I got out of the car
Yeah.
immediately.
As you should.
I was like, wait a minute. She's not traumatized. She's 4, so she doesn't know the weight of
Right. She's just like,
school's
yeah.
hard. I'm tired. Where's the
She's
food?
right. I guess I'm missing hair today. Like,
Right.
jeez.
So I'm like, hello? Like, what is nobody said anything. And
Yeah.
so my oldest used to go to this school. She's at a different school now. So my oldest went to this school when she was in kindergarten. And when she was in there, I got messages about any and everything all the time. Like communication was great. So communication did not happen. And
Yeah.
I'm like, we are meeting with everybody in this bitch today. Because how did this happen? Some pre-K, some other 4-year-old had scissors and put scissors to another 4-year-old's face. Where the fuck were the adults? What are y'all doing? And can't nobody say anything. Her teacher all of a sudden had a family emergency, couldn't make it to the meeting. Bitch, when you're done with that, pull up.
Classic.
Right.
Yeah.
So she sends in. There's two teachers in that classroom with the pre-K. And
Yeah, that's usually how they got it.
Right.
Because one person is not.
Have you seen
All right.
Kindergarten Cop? Not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
In a squad.
Okay. All hands on deck. So she sends in I guess, not the secondary teacher, but the other teacher. And he's like, I wasn't even in the room when it happened. I was on my lunch break. So I can't tell you what happened. I know what happened when I came back. And I'm like, cool, that's fine. You weren't there. But why was I not notified?
Right.
That's my issue. Like I'm a super understanding person. And kids do, like, you can't watch all of the kids all of the time. They're fast. Some of them motherfuckers is fast. Okay?
Yes.
So like shit happens. I understand. I get it. Her hair is going to grow back. She wasn't injured. Not a big deal. But because I found out when I picked her up, huge issue.
Yeah.
So that's one negative. Positive, I have my daughter, the oldest daughter, at her school, they communicate about every goddamn thing, and I love it. Her teacher, do you all utilize what is it, Class Dojo?
Yes.
Love that. So I talk to them constantly on there about anything, whether she's doing good, bad, or indifferent. Get calls from them all the time. So the communication is great.
That's
So
solid.
amazing.
See,
Yes.
so to me, there's a discretion, not a discretion, but like there's a threshold for which I'm supposed to be like, oh yes, your daughter's doing this and this and this and this, like, because you got to also think about the fact that like if a teacher can do that for every single student, and your class size is over 25, or 25 is the number, like you're asking a person,
one person,
to have an interpersonal relationship with every kid, and to be able to describe that relationship to a parent after their 8-hour shift. So it's like it becomes a whole thing. It's a lot to ask, but it does get done, and those are superheroes. So that's why it's like we have to understand that.
Teachers are not
For
paid
me,
enough.
We're not.
Y'all are not. My mom was a teacher, so y'all are not paid enough. Like I'll do a lot of stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's a lot that y'all have to carry. Y'all wear many hats, and y'all only get paid for half of one hat. You feel me? Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
not
Oh yeah.
all right. Y'all do a lot.
It was. It's stressful because there's a lot of things like situations that occur
Mm-hmm.
where you go and you have to figure out how do I handle this right now in a situation where
Yeah.
if you handle it wrong, you are either going to end up in a fight with an adult or you're going to jail.
Yeah.
And those situations happen so often to not think about a teacher as like not a first responder, but like emergency personnel.
No, your first responders for sure for a lot of things.
She's like, case in point, we had a kid at my school, uh, constant threat is what she is.
Mm.
At any point in time, she could be suspended.
Shit.
And the parents ain't no good. You know,
Of
like
course.
they're just rough as it is. And when you talk to the parent about the kid, it's everybody else's fault
Of course.
because I've taught my baby to do this. And what I taught them was wrong,
Right.
but that's what I taught them. And
That
so
part.
they're going to continue to do what I told them. Y'all need to do your job.
Right.
So, case in point, this girl literally shows up to school. She's had issues with many other people before, many other situations. This girl is also in my class. And so every year I end up with one kid who is a troublemaker.
Oh.
And if they are not a troublemaker, they're usually the troublemaker.
Mm. The
And so at this
ringleader.
particular, yes. So last year I made that kid cry
Oh
and
shit.
he quit. And it
Oh
was
shit.
one of my best days of the year. Uh, so
Nice.
Um, yeah, I knew that some kids were not gonna have a good day, and I can
Yeah.
tell when you go in and like some kids come in and they're like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
Some kids just constantly are doing whatever they feel, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I'm like, I keep trying to ring it in. I told them, class is only 30 minutes. If y'all can focus for 30 minutes and do what I
Please.
asked you to do today, you'll be fine. But if you don't, I'm kicking you out of my class,
Period.
and I won't see you again till next year.
Period.
I said, do you all understand? Yes. I said, I want to make sure. Do we all understand? They all say yes.
Okay.
5 minutes left in class. 5 minutes. Having a whole discussion. This kid took out his instrument. Mind you, we're not even using the instrument today. We're using the mouthpiece and we're just talking, and they were using the mouthpiece and we're talking.
Mhm.
Because I'm trying to get them to make better sounds on their trumpet. This kid
Okay.
takes the cleaning supply brush out of his case
Mhm.
and starts pretending to brush his teeth like this. And he's looking at another kid to get their reaction, but he's just sitting there. And I go, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Nothing." And I go, "No, go ahead, tell me. What are you doing?" I'm pretending to brush my teeth. I go, "Does that sound like something that's related to what we're talking about in class right now?"
Go
No.
man.
I said, "So doesn't it look like if somebody were to watch you that you would look distracted from what we're talking about?" I said, "Everybody else is looking at me.
Mhm.
You're the only person that has his feet in the chair and
Wow.
you're doing this." I said, "Cool. Can you do me a favor? Go ahead and pack your stuff up for me, and I'll see you next year." That
His
calmly.
heart
That calmly.
heart sank.
This sank. When I tell you, I've never seen somebody's tear shoot out off their cheek and like it dropped. And the
Jesus.
whole time, mind you, I'm talking to parents. I'm like, "Yo, your kid didn't do this. Your kid needs to do that. Your kid needs to do this. Your
Right.
kid's not doing that." And they're like, "Yeah, we took his instrument away because he was acting up in another class.
How does that work?
So is he going to need his trumpet for today?" I said, "I don't know. Is he going to need his Chromebook for anything else?"
Right.
Take his Chromebook. He likes the internet.
The discipline got to match.
Also your kid likes the trumpet. Your kid sucks. Like, what are you talking about? what are we getting on today, right? So I'm like,
Jeez.
I'm pissed because that's the parenting style that happened for that kid. So
Jesus.
like now we're dealing with this particular bad kid who
Mm-hmm.
literally shows up and she's in another class and they're doing fine. This
Mm-hmm.
girl comes back. She was missing all school year.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back today, right? The day that she came back, they went, they were in classes, they were in different homerooms.
Mm-hmm.
But when they go to recess, everybody in that grade level goes to
Goes
recess.
together. Okay.
Recess is 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm in the office because I'm minding my damn business, doing what I
Right.
got to do. You just hear on the intercom, yeah, I need somebody to come out to the outside to the playground because so and so got into a fight with this person, and I'm like,
Was
how
she
did
in
this
juvie?
fucking
Is that why she
right?
was missing?
Right. No, they took her to a different school,
Oh, okay.
so
This
she had
dude.
lived with a different parent
Gotcha.
because of the situation that was going on, and they were trying to make things happen and or whatever
Yeah, 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 yeah.
outside stuff that happens. And they
Yeah.
came back and they're like, okay, first day back, they're swinging on each other,
Damn.
and you hear it from one person's story, and they're like, this girl came over and was talking trash, and then they grabbed her hair, and then she started swinging, and then they started swinging back. But if you hear it from my bad person side,
Mm-hmm.
their story is I told her not to touch me anymore, and then uh she came, she touched me, so I swung on her. I said, how does the story start where you're telling someone not to touch you?
Right. It's a
Shouldn't the
backstory.
story start with she touched you first?
Right.
Would that's what happened, right? They call mom. Hi, yes, we're dealing with a situation where case blah 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 blah, right? And of course, that girl's name will be edited out because Lord knows what just happened. Anyways, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm.
Shawty literally sat there and said, so whose fault is this?
The mom?
Yes. The
You
mom
don't know
goes,
your
whose fault
kid?
is this? You don't know your kid all of a
The
sudden.
fuck?
And he goes, uh, well, they're supposed to be separated because when I spoke to the superintendent, they talked to me about this. So, hold up. Wait a minute.
Right.
Why, why are you speaking to the superintendent about a situation between you and a student? You've skipped
Right.
principal, this, that, right? Mind you, this lady is delusional. And I'm gonna
Sounds
tell
like
you,
it.
and I'm gonna tell you why. Because they're sitting there going, mind you, it was on a day. It was the worst possible day because the principal and vice principal were not there.
Damn. Who
Worst
the hell was
possible
they
day.
at?
So because some days they have like administrative things that people have to go off and like go to meetings that are off
Mm.
campus of the school.
Got you.
So
Okay.
then they put third command. The third command is not really an administrator. They're like a teaching instructional
Placeholder.
teacher lead, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they're like, I'm the one in charge. I'm the one dealing with this. And they're like, this teacher's like, this parent's like, yo, what's going on here, right? Like, is so and so in the building, right? Calling the principal by their first name, and they're like,
That's crazy.
no, I'm gonna use fake names. So they're like, is Kimberly in the building? And they're like, no, Dr. Washington's not in the building. Oh, Kimberly? Yeah, she's not here. Okay, so then if Kim's not in here, then where did it just calling her by her first name because she thinks she runs shit.
Oh Lord.
Dusty, musty and crusty.
Uber.
She
Uber.
said, she
Cobwebs.
said, okay, so where's my daughter now? And they're like, is she out in the with that other girl? And they're like, no, she's in a different classroom right now because she ran after the other girl
What?
to go retaliate. And it was like, as she should. And you're like, excuse me?
Okay.
And there's like, yes, because I told them that they should not supposed to be near each other. And I told her that if she ever laid a hand on her, that she was supposed to hit her back and do all this stuff. And I'm like, so then you
What?
don't your assumption of the story is that your daughter got hit first. The
Right.
problem is that you're not there, and I'm telling you the story, and you're like, that's not the story. And so now you've told me, as a human being, you suck. You
Right.
can't
You're a shitty ass
comprehend things.
person.
Right. All you got is your kid, and your kid lives on this beautiful magical cloud
That part.
that they are not the one that's in trouble. They've never been in trouble. It's always the school system.
Great. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Like I'm all for. I feel like there are steps. If somebody's bothering you, tell them to stop. They don't stop. Tell an adult. Tell an adult, and the adult doesn't do something. Beat their ass. Those three.
Yes,
You can't
you
jump
got to
to
get through the
three.
first couple doors before you.
Right.
Right,
You can't just jump to three. That's no, it's not okay.
right. But you got to remember how kids process things. They're like,
Just straight to
okay,
beat your ass.
my mom said, she said there were steps. I'm supposed to
Mhm.
step on her and then beat her ass. He was like, no. That's not what I asked you to do.
So I said, so I said,
Wait. That's not what I asked you to do. Yo, chill. And you're like, nah. Gosh.
Fuck, man.
Gosh.
I've been in a fight at school before. I've definitely been in fights at school before. One I actually did not remember. I guess it was school grounds because it was on a school bus. And I didn't remember this until later on. So from elementary through middle school and high school, I lived in the same place, went through school with the same people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in high school, I was in a nurse's office talking to this girl. She was like, "You remember the time when you bit me on the knee in the school bus?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" No, I don't remember that. And
Oh,
B,
knee biting head.
and B, why would you even bring that up and say that? Like that is what are we talking about right now? No, I don't remember that. And even if
Those
I did,
psycho ass kids, man. The kids are psycho.
kids are crazy. And even if I did remember it, I'm gonna say
Shut
no.
up. Right. Like,
The fuck?
right. Remember that time you stole money from me? And you're like,
No, bitch, I don't.
no. Why would you say shut the hell up?
So I'm
I'll
like
pay you back.
flabbergasted. I'm thinking this story is complete and utter bullshit. So I go home. I tell my mom, I said, "Oh, mom, guess what so and so said at school today?" And she was like, "What? What happened?" I was like, "So she said, like back in elementary school, that I had bit her on her knee. Do you know what the fuck my mom said?" Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I remember that. I said, "What?" I completely
Holy
blocked it out of my
crap.
mind. And I still don't remember doing it, but she told me what happened. She said y'all were on a school bus and you were sitting down and she pushed you out of your seat. So you bit her. I said, "Good job, me."
Okay.
So
All right.
so apparently there was
No,
like a
nah.
whole
Go
thing.
ahead.
There was a whole
Yeah.
thing where she had to come to school. We both got suspended off the bus. It was a whole ordeal. But like,
Did they have to line up your teeth marks on
oh,
her
shut the
knees
fuck
so that
up.
they're like,
No.
did they have to run a dental records to be like, yep, that's her?
DNA, get her a tetanus
Right.
shot.
Did you have to wear the Hannibal mask to be
For
like,
sure.
yeah,
For the
that's
rest of the
exactly what
school
happened?
year. Absolutely.
Right.
Hello,
She
cleanliness.
was
Yeah, that was me.
she's hitting it with the ah,
I just
and
thought that was
nice Chianti.
insane. But
That's
like,
insane.
it is. But like, I've been in fights in school, and when my mom came up there, my mom is definitely, for her kids, got her kids back, but she's definitely like, okay, so what happened? That's her
Yeah.
thing coming through the door. What happened?
Right.
What's going on? Not whose fault is this? That's no, that's not how we
Right.
do things. That's
The
no.
logic. The logic
Come on.
to come in. You're supposed to defend your child.
Absolutely.
That's fine. But you also supposed to know who your child is.
Absolutely.
So at a certain point, if you don't know who your child is, then that's on you, right?
100%.
Like that's on you. Like I got a kid in my class. He came in at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sweet little African boy. It's okay. Okay. I like to play the trombone. I like it. It's nice. Comes in and he's really sweet, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, what does fuck knuckle do? He's standing there. We're all trying to get everybody packed up, leave out.
Yeah.
This little motherfucker sat here. He went and he's just standing blocking 4 kids.
Oh shit.
Just
Oh shit.
Just like he's like, yo, can you move? Right? Mind you, another African kid is like sitting there. They're like, yo, can you move? Like, what's happening? I said, yo, what is happening over here?
Right.
And he's just standing there. I said, "Are you blocking them?" Yes. I said, "Okay. Tell me why you're blocking them." Well, he could. I said, "No, not you. The one blocking.
Right.
Why are you blocking him?" Well, he said, uh, uh, that we're supposed to be, uh, we're African and we're supposed to have things in common. And then he started talking about me, and I didn't like it. And I go, okay.
I don't see how we got here, but continue.
Oh. So then I turned and I'm like, so what happened on your side? And he's like, I told him that he wasn't that he keeps trying to tell people that he knows math better than everybody. And I'm like, you're in fourth grade and I'm in fifth grade. Why does it matter? Right? I said, it, he keep trying to tell people he's smarter. I said, first of all, what you both will never do is try to solve one of these situations by yourself in my classroom.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing that you finna do is not block somebody from getting out of my classroom when I told y'all to get out.
That part.
Third, just so that we're all on the same page, that little kid is going to continue to say what he feels like is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as the older kid, should not be affected by his words
At
because
all.
he is a little child.
Literally.
The hell are you talking about? Unless y'all about to have a math battle, get out.
Yo,
That
that's so
I'm
dumb.
so stupid.
I don't have patience for like trivial shit like that. Like I get their kids, I understand, but I wouldn't be able to do that.
I'll tell you right now. I can already, as a teacher, it's already just difficult enough to just imagine having a kid.
Mm.
Because I wanted to have my kid and just raise them so
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
And my fear has always been them going to school, meeting another human being that was raised improperly,
Yes.
and turned into that.
It's a very valid fear, and I fear that as well. Like, cause you can do but so much, and you
Yeah.
can instill so much in your kid. Like, I'm like going through that now because my oldest, she's in the third grade. She's like discovering herself, what she likes, this, that, and the other, and like the kids in her class are huge influences, and I hear about them all the time. I'm like, these motherfuckers suck. They suck.
Yep.
I don't want you hanging out with them. You're like they suck, and I'm just
They
like,
suck. They're
she
bad
has to
humans.
go through that because when I was in school, I am sure my mom went through that. And you have to figure out who your people are, and it's really only one way to do it, which is by hanging out with people and figuring out, learning shit. But it's just like it's very scary because you have this human thing that you have created, and
Mm-hmm.
you've raised it, you've fed it, you've shared memories, you've
Yeah.
done like you poured into them all of the good things and bad things too. It happens.
It happens.
But you pour into this
But if
kid.
you're a good person, you do it by accident.
For sure, for sure, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Pour
Just
into this
saying.
kid, and then you send them out into this horrible ass, dusty ass world. And it's just
Yes.
like, please come back the way I sent you.
Right.
Dear God, just
Or
please.
smarter.
Better.
Or just better.
Just not worse.
Imagine.
Please.
Yeah. It's like the
yeah.
weirdest. Yeah, like
Weird.
it's honestly like you have a drone and you're just like, all right, go fly. Like I can't imagine being a fucking mama bird. Like that's got to be weird, bro. You're just like, all right, for centuries, the only way that you've ever been able to figure this out is fall. And you're like, oh God.
Jesus.
There's no like I mean, I'm not a bird man, but for me, you right, I'm not a bird man, right? Right, I'm not right, but for me, there's got to be a better way to teach birds how to fly than to be like,
right?
hey, right? And are y'all taking
Why
classes
not
while they're
start
feeding?
jumping?
Right. Nah,
A
birds
bird?
literally just sat there and said, "Hey,
Just gonna
the best way, the instinct that's sitting right here in the back of that little bird brain of yours,
mm,
right?
mm.
It's gonna tell you to flap them wings, cuz, and if you don't, you was never a bird."
Damn.
That's what exactly what that is.
Oh God.
Ain't no flapping lessons in there. I was like, all right, cool. Remember, you see this? You see this? Yeah.
Do it.
Do that until you don't touch the ground no more.
That's
And
crazy.
you're like, all right, bet, bird bitch. Ah, ah. And you're like, all right, cool. I guess that. All right, cool. You a bird. All right,
Cool.
bet. Welcome back.
Cool.
Yeah, you my son. And you're like, that's crazy.
It was touch and go for a minute.
Right. I said, could you imagine the world where we didn't parent the way that we parent, and that you just saw random babies kind of just like crawling the earth?
That would be really unsettling. Just the thought
It,
is
I mean, but just to
unhinged.
think, just assuming that just assuming that the nature of humans was that by age 5, y'all better go figure this out, bro. Like,
I couldn't imagine that.
it's not even 18. It's not even all right. 18.
Jesus.
You gotta go figure it out. It's like no,
Yeah.
age 5.
You better get
Uh,
the fucking work.
right. It's like, did you? I'm sorry, little Joshua. Why are you not eating? I couldn't find anything to eat. Damn, bro. All right, let's try again tomorrow.
Right.
Like, if we were so
Oh.
hands off in parenting that 5-year-olds were just like, I got to go figure it out.
Mm,
I think it would really be a very weird lifestyle.
it would. But you know what's crazy? And unfortunately, that is some people's reality, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
And I feel
Oh,
like
absolutely.
those people, either like one or two things happen, like they become like super independent and super, like reliable, and like those people that are just like independent to the max. I got it. Don't do it. Like just super straight edge and responsible. Or they do all the drugs because it was so much on them growing up. So like they just do all the drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because what you end up with is people who go, man, I didn't need all that, and I turned out fine.
Right.
And they're just like, all right, cool. So you're good? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And you're like, all right, bet. And a lady comes up and they're like, hey, how you doing? And you're like, yeah, I'm all right. What's up? And you're like, no, I just saw you over here standing over here, and I just want to come talk to you.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's cool. So whatever. So do you come here often? What are
What
you?
do you
Why are
want?
you asking me? Right.
Right.
What is happening? And you're like, oh, that's right. You don't have any type of emotional intelligence. My bad.
Right.
Because you were never loved. All right, moving on. And you're like,
Damn.
or the other people who are like, all I ever wanted was love, and then you just
That's it.
just start tapping the drugs in, and you're like, all right, bro, we gotta
I
figure
feel
it
so
out.
loved. High as a
Right,
kite.
right. The only love I need is Mother Nature, man. And you're like, get the fuck up out of here, bro. Do you do you do you have any other stories like
Oh
dealing with
gosh.
education? Because I swear about all things.
Sure. Yes. I should have called my mom. She probably has way more, but yeah, there was
Yeah, because apparently Crew doesn't remember being a kid. She just
I know, y'all.
grew up biting knees and
I
just was like,
I really
this-
don't remember a lot of shit from my childhood. Like, I don't know. I feel like there is like suppressed trauma somewhere because like my memory is actually dog shit. Like, I don't remember a lot of stuff that happened.
you, you
Like,
probably grew up with like Freddy Krueger and all that shit got repressed by drugs.
not drugs.
Oh, sorry, just repressed. My bad.
What I do remember, not much has changed. I talk a lot, and I got in trouble for talking a lot in school. Um, like to everybody, like the students, the teachers. Well, I'm gonna talk, and I remember
I'm finna
I'm
talk.
gonna talk, and I remember the teachers would try to move me around and stuff to help. It did not, and I just like now as an adult on the other side of things, I'm just like they had a lot of patience. I had a third grade teacher who tried her hardest. Our class, I think, was her first class, like out of college or whatever. Super sweet, not tainted, not jaded or anything. Just very much so Disney princess vibes. Sweetest lady ever. And she was like, she tried
You try.
everything with me. We
Trying to
had
grow
these
crackhead. I can already feel the story. You turned this,
I
especially in
didn't. No,
third
I
grade.
did. No, I didn't. No, she was still fine by the end of the school year. And I reached out to her when I was older. She's fine. She's got kids. She's married. Her name's different now. Super sweet lady. Shout out to her.
Wino.
Probably.
Yes.
So she had this little card, and she was like, if you know, do good and you listen, and you stay on task and you're not distracting, you'll get a gold star. And if you get this many gold stars by the end of the week, I'll take you to McDonald's for a Sunday for ice cream. And of course, she ran it by my mom and everything. My mom was like, no, she doesn't get rewarded for doing what she's supposed to do.
Yes, mom. W moms.
Facts.
All right, go ahead.
At the time, I was just like,
I'm not gonna make my baby fat with no fries because she read her books. The fuck. That's W moms right there. I'm not about to give her high blood pressure because she didn't push nobody today. The fuck?
I was just talking.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh,
she shut her mouth. Candy. What the fuck? That's exactly what your teacher was down bad, because there's no fucking way that you sat there and just was like, hey, if she could just shut her mouth, I'll give her some ice cream. That's crazy.
I feel like she was just trying to do her best. Now, for me as a kid, I thought that was like the best gig ever. I was like, oh, I could do that. And so my mom was like, no, you're not going to reward her for doing what she's supposed to do. Some way she swindled my mom. I don't know how she did it, because I remember going to McDonald's with her. Sweetest lady ever. But like, I just...
This was just a reward for you?
Just me. Not the other students, just me. Just me.
No.
And like, there were other students in the class that were like, the motherfuckers couldn't read. Like, you remember like when it was time to read aloud and like it would come around to that one person and you knew he was gonna be there for fucking ever. I had like 5 of those in my class. I was like, bro.
Not damn.
It was like, that's probably why I was talking, because I was so goddamn bored.
Damn, you had 5 man rays in your class? She had 5 man rays in her class. Hit with the mama.
Just start. You don't know what the word is.
Right. Just.
It's together.
Right. Just it's together. Crow, let her finish. And you're like, no. Everybody else in this class knows together.
Right.
The fuck, you can't read? And he's like, man, shut up. And you're like, no.
Oh my God. I feel like,
you know what? I'm gonna shut my mouth so I can get some ice cream. But it's together. Sound it out next time.
Or don't. Can we just skip him next? I would be so irritated.
Right.
Things like
how
that.
Are we all supposed to read if he can't? Over there stuttering. How you making an S sound with a T? Right.
Stop. Mystical head ass.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's parallel. Jeez. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? But when they go in and they got all it's the same kids who turn around and want to Joan. It'd be the same kids who got all the words to say but can't write them down.
Crazy.
It'd be the same. It'd be the same kids, right? It'd be the same kids that'd be like, yeah, you want that's why your mother's so fat, blah blah blah. I said, right, now go ahead. And if I right, and if I told you to write down what you said and read it to me, you wouldn't even know what the fuck it was. That's all you want to say as a kid, but you can't get that sentence out.
Right.
Jeez. You just be like, right, go ahead, read it to me.
Try it out.
Imagine somebody say, man, I know you ain't talking with your fat ass lip. It's right. These lips can read. It's like, what? Shut up.
Oh God. I remember in high school. High school was interesting.
That's a bit of a place.
But I remember in high school in the cafeteria, we would just sit around and just like talk about each other. Like we would, I think they call it jonesing down here. We call it something else where I'm from. And so
not jonesing. There's no S. There's just joning.
Oh, Jonas. See, I don't
Yeah.
fuck with it. They also say instead of rock,
Y'all was
paper,
playing the
scissors.
dozens.
Oh, what
Playing the
did they say?
dozens.
They say paper, scissors, rock down here. I was like, bro,
Fuck no.
absolutely. I swear
That's
to God.
wrong.
I
Anybody
know.
listening? That's wrong. Paper scissors rock. Ain't that
What?
a Timberland song?
I don't know. I don't know. But I heard that and it was like nails on a chalkboard. I was like, what are you talking about? And these are the same people that say Jonas. So I don't subscribe to that. I said I just say that.
Oh, that leads to a whole nother tangent. But my issue is that when people are like rock, paper, scissors, and then the other people say Rochambeau.
What
That's
the fuck?
exactly. That's my issue. Welcome to how America is several different countries, but yet nobody wants to say it. Nobody wants to bring up the fact that America is just different countries. Just separate the states. Let them do what they want.
That part. See, I thought you were gonna go into the rock paper shoot versus rock paper scissors shoot versus rock paper scissors.
Okay. Are you a shoot person or are you just rock paper scissors?
I'm versatile. It don't matter.
Versatile, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you understand that like no matter what, you finna get your ass whipped regardless.
I don't care if we shoot or not. Let's go.
Right. I don't care if it's rock, paper, scissors, elbows, knees and toes, motherfucker. Like it's, you will catch the L or not.
Okay,
like
you finna get these rock.
Shit.
Listen, I don't care.
Fucked up.
It's definitely rock, paper, scissors though. These motherfuckers said paper, scissors, rock. I was about to be like, what?
And I know exactly how they say. They go paper, scissors, rock. Like shit.
No, they try to go. So I'm down here in Atlanta, and the twang down here, crazy. Then they try to paper, scissors, rock. They try to like speed through it. Like, hold on, what did you just say?
Paper, scissors, rock.
I just wanna rock.
Yo,
what the fuck?
Paper, scissors, rock.
God damn,
that's fucking hilarious.
As
Ain't no way.
Nah, hell nah. Absolutely
no way.
not.
I'm gonna give you a scenario real quick, and it's not even. So imagine, right? Your kid comes home and they're like, "Mom, I got beat up," right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, excuse me?
Right.
First of all, you're late. Were you on the bus? And you're like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got beat up. And you're like, okay, what happened?
Right.
Who beat you up? And they're like, the bus driver.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. So when I was in sixth grade.
Is this a real story?
Yeah.
No,
it didn't happen to me.
Oh,
I was on the bus. So we used to have a bus driver. And the bus driver. So my question is, what would you do? First of all,
what would I do if my kid?
I'll tell you the whole story and then you tell me what you do. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
We were on a bus. We had I was part of a talented and gifted program, right? So smart as fuck. Mm-hmm. And what we would do is the bus used to be packed because it used to fit. It would be a bunch of the kids in this area.
Okay.
By the time they got to the southern part of the area, there was only 5 kids because they all lived in that same like street neighborhood.
Yeah.
But before you got to that part of the neighborhood, there was a 7-Eleven.
I miss it.
And this bus driver used to be like, yo, want to stop at 7-Eleven.
Lit. Okay.
Right? So you're already like, I bet. All right, cool.
Right.
W bus driver.
Dub. Big dub.
Big dubs, right? Bus driver stops. People got off the bus. I, being the goody two shoes, was like, nope. Y'all ain't gonna catch me on these cameras getting off the bus, going to 7-Eleven. Not me. Nothing to happen. So I stayed on the bus, and this happened a couple of times. Like this happened at least 7 times, right?
Oh shit! Okay.
One of these motherfucking times, I don't know what happened, but this bus driver was just not having a good day, and he got back on the bus and was about to leave somebody, and he's like, "Yo, you can't leave so and so. She's still on the bus." He's like, "Man, he need to hurry his ass up," and you're like, Nah,
Okay.
I think you should wait because you brought us here. Like I'm just gonna point it out. Maybe don't leave a child.
That
Like
part.
don't lose your job in the process of
Because you're
losing
having a
your
bad
job in
day.
the process, right?
Come on
Because you're
now.
having a bad day.
A word.
Man, so the kids is like, man, what the fuck out of here? Or just because kids are always
Mumbling.
gonna turn around and mumble some shit.
Facts. Yeah.
Bus driver not in a good mood. My man said, "Fuck you say,
Ooh.
man? You should stop playing with your old ass,
Oh
right?
shit.
No, he's
Oh
not that
shit.
old.
Oh shit.
Less than 50, right? Oh
Yeah.
shit! Turn around. The man said, "Oh, but if I stand in your face, I bet you won't say." He's like, "You ain't about to stand in my face."
Well.
Turns bus off, gets up, walks back there, and says, "All right, so what you gonna say now?" Just literally gets up on this little 10, 11-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Sat there and he's like, "Man, shut up," blah, blah, blah," right? Just snuffs the kid, just pushes him into the thing, right? And it's just
Yo.
like manhandling this kid in a bus seat. And everybody's like, "Yo, what the yo, get off of him,"
Right.
right? Because like the fuck is going on? So he's like, "Man, all right, shut your ass up." Da, 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 da. Walks back to the front of the bus. He said, "Man, this bullshit. We ain't about to. Nah, this is ridiculous." Blah 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 blah. Still drop people off, running their mouth, whatever.
Hmm.
What would you do?
Well. Okay. So the kid comes home, tells me that story.
Yes.
I'm
Bag full
going.
of Skittles.
I,
Don't bag full of Skittles. Hey ma,
yeah.
I got
See.
my ass. I got my ass whooped. See, like, so what you gonna do?
First of all, I am absolutely going to find the bus driver myself, and I'm
Okay,
I'm gonna pull up, right, or have my husband pull up,
okay.
and talk to him man to man, and then I'm gonna go to the school and make sure he fired because that's fucking crazy. So okay, because so the kid was talking shit. You were having a bad day. You're a bus driver. Kids at that age are full of themselves. They smelling themselves. They
Yep,
think they untouchable, but you're still the adult in the situation.
you're still the
You should
adult.
have let that kid run his mouth, reprimand him. You know what I'm saying? Discipline him, sure. Cool, but you don't put your hand on nobody else's kid. That's absolutely fucking crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, no,
And the next day, we literally went to the principal's office and we all had to write statements
yeah, that makes sense.
because it doesn't make any logical sense for you. Because I mean, when you're already in the wrong and you're like, "Oh man, take these kids to 7-Eleven. How am I about to explain the story?"
Number one,
Right, because the
unsanctioned
first thing,
stops.
the unsanctioned stop is crazy. But for me, it's the you have to turn your bus off to address a kid, and then you went back there when the cameras were on. Like you have nothing. Like you're done. You're
Nothing.
pretty
You can't say
like
anything
I was like, at this point, you might as well just go down for murder and call. No, no, just kidding. My issue,
because that's where we at.
you ain't got nothing else, right? You might as well just like,
Don't even hire a lawyer. Just go straight to jail. Don't even
just
just
great.
go.
Do not right. Do not pass go.
You
Just
need to
go
leave.
straight. Right. You need to leave. I swear
That's crazy.
that was probably one of the wildest because
Hmm.
everything else kind of like in the school realms have always been like what's the word?
Yeah.
Um,
Normal.
I can say copacetic, but like nothing's ever been like,
That.
whoa, that's crazy,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Like
insane.
everything else has been like rumors.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Like you
sure.
hear, right? Oh, that teacher was actually hooking up with this teacher, or
Yeah.
right? Like you hear that all the time.
Or the
But
student.
like, or the student,
Yeah.
I tell you right now. The wrong teacher would have called me at 16.
That's crazy. I didn't have any
And,
attractive teachers at my school.
but that's because most people who work at schools are women. So for the most part, the educational system, there's never going to be, there's not, and especially like the gym teacher is usually not that because he's a gym teacher. So it's like, and then if he is, he's that the first 2 years, and then he turns into a gym teacher. So like, that's all you get. Not you swinging to the midair. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to protect my Chipotle.
Oh, not a Chipotle. All right, this part of the podcast is actually brought to you not by Chipotle, but by whoever delivered it. Who's delivering the who got the Chipotle?
Manta Giggles brought me Chipotle, and it's off to the side because I didn't finish eating it earlier. Now he's trying to swoop in on my Chipotle.
Oh
so I had to defend it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my yeah.
Wow. Let's we had a whole situation last time. Let me go ahead and switch it up. So last time we were in here, we were dealing with these questions, right?
Yes.
You said that for our new guests, they can get at least 5 of these bitches.
Yes.
We currently have 6 left that we're gonna go over. And because my edible is kicking in, I'm gonna start.
Yes, kicking in. I got drinks for later.
Nice.
No, Saturday night.
And like talk about it. I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. All right.
I kind of want an edible now.
We already had this conversation. You're not having no goddamn edible. She said. Oh my god. All right, here we go. Question number 1. I really want buttons that do that. Number 1.
We should get those.
I should probably find those. What is something you are passionate about but haven't had the chance to pursue yet? That's your question. That's when you start answering things.
Oh, I thought you was doing it because
I asked the question. No, I'm asking the question. You think I'm asking myself a question?
I mean, you got to answer it too. All right. Anyway,
I do. That's not how this works. Questions are asked. I'm not talking to myself. Not as a self-ass podcast.
Okay.
Right,
what
not
is
the Get Fresh podcast. God dang.
Get fresh. Get fresh.
Okay. Answer the question. Okay. Goddamn.
The edible is aggressive. What is something that I'm passionate about, but I have? Okay. Homeless shelter. Why did you make that? That face.
What am I passionate about, but haven't had the chance to pursue yet? Homeless shelter. So I'm like, okay.
I'm going to explain it.
I was hoping it was going to be a sentence. I didn't realize. I don't know why. Because in my head, I was thinking, I was like, bungee jumping. But like, I was like, no, she's not going to say bungee jumping. She's going to say, I'm passionate about blank. Okay, literally, it was just.
No, that's like the title, right? Homeless shelter.
The name of your homeless shelter is called Homeless Shelter? Oh. Oh. You're starting off here, and then you're going to list things.
And then I'm going to yes.
Oh, got you. Coming soon. Homeless shelter. And then you're going to give the trailer. Got it. All right. I'm with you. Okay. No, we're here.
All right, cool. So, I've always had a thing about homeless people, or I believe the term that they are like to be referred to as unhoused, I think is the new thing. I don't know. Everybody's so goddamn sensitive now. Homeless.
Imagine being homeless and sensitive.
That's not what I meant.
What the fuck are you gonna complain for? You're homeless. You're so fucking wrong.
You know what I meant, yo.
I honestly thought you were about to say, homeless people are my kink. I was like, not again. Oh God, I was about to lose
we
it.
should
like,
do.
No.
I kind of want to do like an after hours episode on kinks. We should. I think it'd be fun. Anyway.
Not a chance. Continue though. Not a chance. Y'all ain't about to. As soon as I get a Patreon, you can learn anything you want about me.
Oh, we could do that. Anyway, all right. So I've always had like My mom, when I was younger, I was her shadow. I went everywhere with her, and she was very much so big in like community outreach, things of that nature. So I would go to different places with her, and I always saw homeless people, and it always like bothered me. And I was like, it the bare minimum people should have a safe place to lay their head, in four walls and a roof. Like I've always felt that, and
Hmm.
it's always bothered me to see homeless people. Like it really hurts my heart, and I hate seeing it. And so I have this idea that I'm super passionate about, and I really want to do it. Haven't been able to pursue it because that shit's fucking expensive. I want to take an old mall and I want to turn
Mm.
it into a homeless shelter because you have the food court there already. It's a big space. I want it to be a homeless shelter where people can come to, and then that'll be the last one. I want you to leave with like a foundation, financial education, therapy, rehab, whatever you need. I want it to be structured there. I need it to be separated for women and children, men, young, just kids that are by themselves. Like just I need it to be a really big place so I can house these people and help the people that need to be helped. And I want to have a place where people can come for career guidance, resume builders, come get outfits for interviews, come practice your interviews, bus passes, like just the one stop shop for like homeless needs and to get back on your feet and to never
Mm.
have to be in a situation again. So I've always wanted to do that, and I feel like a mall would be the best place to do it. It's huge. You have the cafeteria already built in, like food court. I just feel like it's something I really, really, really want to do. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. I remember a while ago, just I think this is on either Mac or Perp stream where we used to talk about selling draws for a cause. I don't know if you were there for that.
I definitely wasn't because that's weird.
there's a there's this website called Sniffer where you could sell used underwear, and I was going to use
I'm
that.
sorry. Why do you know No, I'm asking too many questions. I am asking way too many questions. Continue.
So
Fuck that.
that was like a running joke, but like I have no idea how I'm going to get the money to buy them all because it's cost millions of dollars. And I really, really want to. I want to put one in like every city because, like, especially for the fucking vets. Like, come on, these people put their life on the line for this dusty ass country, and they come home, and this is how you treat them. There's no support.
Mm.
Like, so I want to. There's definitely gonna have to be security because I want to have like a rehab facility for people who need to get clean, and then they can kind of make their way into, I guess, Gen Pop, which is a really bad way to put that because it's not jail, but you know what I mean.
Not the term you really want to
I
use.
couldn't think of nothing else.
But you can just okay, you know what? I'm here. Because the whole time I'm listening, I'm going, a mall would be a perfect place because there's so
Right.
many things like if you can find a rundown mall that is just like I'm just going to turn every store into some form of rehabilitation and then
Yes.
also give them housing for that,
Yes.
that would be great. It
Yes.
would be honestly great. It's
Yeah, I
just
would love to do that.
tough. That
It
is a very,
is.
yeah, that's a tough move.
It is. And I've since I was a kid, that's one thing that I've always, since I was a kid, I've been wanting to do this. Like, and I am really, really passionate about it. I don't talk about it a lot because I don't like to talk about things and not do anything. Like if I'm talking
Yeah,
about it, I want something to be in the works. And there's nothing happening right now. So I don't want to talk about it because there's
that's
nothing's
that's
happening. And
fair.
it's kind of frustrating too. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's something I'm passionate about, and I have not had a chance to pursue it yet.
I will say though, if I could ever be of any assistance mentally in the situation,
Hmm.
think of something smaller than a mall, but not just one building, you know?
Okay.
And that way it's more feasible because a
Yeah.
mall, all those stores are leased and there's like a mall company that runs the whole thing
Hmm.
and that person is already shelling out that millions of dollars. That's why the whole thing fell apart is because that company's like, nah, fuck this place.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
in order to run one of those, that is a multi-million dollar
Investment.
creation and investment that I
Yeah.
think would need a lot more things. So like try to find something that's got one roof, multiple things, like at least 6 to 8 things like that.
Yeah. Start small.
Um, start
That's
just. I
yeah.
wouldn't, but I also wouldn't say like, oh, just make a halfway house. Like I would never say something like that. I think
Yeah.
your idea is too great to be tear
Downsize.
down, or like to be teared down to
Mm.
an idea. I think
Mm.
make your idea more feasible for you. That's why it's like the mall is such a huge concept
It is,
that we
yeah.
got to find a mini mall type
Yeah. Like a
concept
little baby
and then go
mall.
from there.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that
That's
would be
and that's
dope.
yeah, I think that would be dope. That's something I struggle with a lot. Like when I have ideas, like it's always like they're grand, big cojones. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I have
But
to
live
walk it
there. You
back
got to live
down.
there.
Yeah, but like I'm financially not there. Like so I always have to walk it back down to where I'm able to then walk it back up. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
for example, when it comes to like the streaming stuff, I had this idea that I thought would be dope to have like a club because like I want my streams to be like a club, and so the starting soon would be people like as you come into the chat, you have like a little avatar that comes on the screen and is standing in the line, and then so on and so forth. But like that is going to take coding in a program. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm not trying to pay nobody to do that. I'm gonna just learn how to code and do it myself.
Yeah.
That was
That's the move.
and so then I started streaming me learning how to code, and then something else happened, and I never had a chance to go back to it. But that's I have to walk it back down to bring it back up.
Gotcha.
A little baby mall is a good idea.
I like all of these ideas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something I'm passionate about, but haven't had the chance to pursue it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, making a CD.
Ooh.
I've been trying to. I was really passionate about recording instruments and just trying to learn how do I, as a person who doesn't have a sound like a music technology degree, how
Mm-hmm.
do I learn all the aspects of truly recording better
Mm.
so that I could have professional quality that I taught myself or that I learned myself.
Thanks.
So recording by itself is just like has always been like this magical thing because you get you can have a very expensive microphone,
Mm-hmm.
but if the quality of everything else around it doesn't work,
Right.
then it's trash. Then you can take a very inexpensive microphone and do all the things that you want surrounding it,
Mm-hmm.
and you get amazing quality. And so my thing is just constantly thinking about like I have the tools to be successful.
Mm.
I don't have the skills to be successful yet.
Right.
How do I do that? And how do I devote that time to do it?
That's
So
the
like
thing.
I feel like I'm partially pursuing it every time
Okay.
that we make an episode
Mm.
because
Yes.
every in between every episode my YouTube is filled with, okay, what am I doing about buffer size? What am I doing about proximity? Do we want microphones closer or do we want to be farther away? Do we want this? How do I edit this? How do I mix? How do I make this happen? So like I'm
Mm.
constantly, I think, pursuing it, but for me to just sit down, like I'll tell you right now, there's at least 5 files on my computer.
Mm.
There's a website that has like you can download the raw recordings of particular songs that people made. And you can go in and tweak all of it, EQ it, and figure it out until it's your mix.
Mm.
And so, what's underappreciated is finding a really good quality of anybody's song that's on the radio. And just sit down, headphones at a real decent level,
Mm.
and listen to from start to finish the quality of the instrumentation, the voice, and everything that's happening in between.
Mm.
The layering between how much is in the left ear or the right, all of that
Wow.
to just sit down and listen to a song just one time. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is, rap, vocals. Sometimes it's like it's important to have a song that you know that has live instruments or something like that.
Mm.
Just sit down and just go listen. And if you just sit down and just go, all right, let me take a listen to this, let me hear this, what's going on here, you're going to be really analytical.
Mm.
And you're gonna realize, okay, that's not as easy as it looks. I can't take all
Yeah.
those tracks that they just did and just put that there. So they got this on here. This is compressed here. This volume only has to be here. That's why you never hear their mics go crazy when they sing. Is because they've
Mm.
done this. So I'm very passionate about how do I make the best audio recording.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. You definitely put a lot of time and thought and effort into making the audio sound great for these episodes. Like you definitely do. So I can tell that you're passionate about it. And I think a
Yeah,
CD would be dope, especially like a self-produced one. That is sick. What? Who
I've been
is
thinking about that
doing
for a
that? That's
while.
sick as hell.
Some of my idols do that shit, and it's really crazy.
Really?
And yeah, it's kind of like a whole thing. Anyways,
Next question.
question
2.
number 2.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Man, we have always had these stipulations about superpowers.
Mhm.
If I can have any superpower, one
Anyone.
superpower, anyone I would have, I guess, is it Doctor Strange powers? Am I allowed to just go back in time? Can I just go back in time?
Yeah, you just I mean he has like a plethora of powers kind
I
of
would do
like at
time.
his
I would do
disposal.
time travel. I do
Really?
time travel easily. And I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you the simplest reason why I would do time travel is I want money. So, and I know damn well if you put me back in time, I would make $1 billion.
See, I mine's is similar for that well, similar reasons, same reasons. I would
Yeah,
want
what do you
mind control
do?
because
Ooh,
money. And
because of money.
so I would just go to the bank and just get money and it would be legal because I've controlled everybody's mind and they think it's my money. You know what I'm saying? Like I would literally do
Yeah.
I would be unstoppable. I would definitely mind control. And I mean all aspects of mind control, being able to read your thoughts, manipulate your thoughts.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
See, I'm concerned about this, and
You
I'm gonna
should
tell you
be.
why I'm concerned.
I should
First
not
of all,
have
yes,
that power.
you should not. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she's like yes, because I somehow am reaching for my wallet right now, and I don't know
I
why.
don't know what's but here's $5.
Hey, hey, go ahead and just drop your cash app real quick. My issue
Checks in
about this
Eagles.
is, motherfucker. Anyways, literally, it's across all streams,
Literally.
all platforms. So my thing for you though, mind control, right? So
Yes.
let's put it into perspective because I've been thinking about mind control for a while.
Mhm.
So imagine you go to a bank and you're saying, "All right, cool, I need to make a withdrawal
Yes.
of $340,000," which is not going to be the case because, as you know, banks don't carry any money. They're just a big building with fancy doors. So you ask for 10 grand, just one
Yeah.
day. You just go 10 grand. I'm gonna test it out,
Yeah.
and they're like, "You don't have 10 grand in the bank,"
Yes, I
and you're like,
do.
"Yes, I do," right? And you're like, "Oh yeah, you're right," and they just go in and just start pulling 10 grand,
Mhm.
right? So now you've got someone going, "Hey, you just pulled 10 grand out of this account,
Mhm.
or you just pulled 10 grand, but the transaction report shows that there wasn't 10 grand in this account,
Mm.
right? You're no longer at the bank.
Yeah.
So that person's just going to get in trouble and they're going to come back to you and go, "So sorry to bother you. Is this Cruella?" And you're like, "No." That's, or you're going to say yes to that. Okay. What's the situation? Let's run through it. Okay.
Okay,
Here we go.
yes, because I thought about this. So yes. Hello.
Hi. This is Wells Fargo. I'm trying to reach Cruella. Is this who? Is this?
Yes, this is. How can I help you?
Hi. Great. I'm so glad that you answered the phone call because I'm weird. My concern today was that I believe you came in and you made a withdrawal for, I believe, $10,000.
No, I did not.
Okay. Uh, Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
My
All right,
pleasure.
cool. All right, great. Have a wonderful day. Click. Now, this guy goes back and he's like, "All right, let's take a look. All right, so she didn't pull 10 grand." And they're like, "No, I definitely I definitely withdrew 10. I went into the back and I got 10 grand and I gave it to her. And you're
Mm-hmm.
like, no, you didn't, because she just said she did.
It wasn't
So
me.
maybe you got to run the tapes. They run the tapes, they see it's you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's weird because she just said she didn't. So.
Not me. Hello.
Hi, it's that weird guy back at Wells Fargo. Uh, so I understand that you said that you didn't actually pull 10 grand, but we have it on tape that you, because we ran your ID,
Mm-hmm.
actually came in today and left out with a large bag of money with a dollar sign on it.
Mm. Well,
So
that
yeah, what's
yeah.
going on?
Well, it seems to me that this tape that you speak of no longer exists. Seems like it got destroyed somehow. So I'm not
Wow, you're
sure
right.
what tape you're talking about.
You know, I'm so sorry for wasting your time. This tape actually is destroyed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, have a great rest of your day
Yeah. Thanks.
and
You
enjoy
too.
your $10,000.
What $10,000?
Oh, yeah, you got me. You got me. That would be the fucking weirdest fucking thing to constantly have to be on a phone call to could to tell people you didn't have the 10 grand that you asked. Is it worth 10 grand to constantly be like, no?
Well,
You gotta pick up the phone and like cops come to your door and they're like, get on the ground. It's like, it wasn't me. Oh, you're right. My bad. I'm so sorry. I
I'm
am
just
so
gonna live my life like that, and that's cool. Like I feel like
to
here's
be
here's
rich and persecuted. To be rich
wealthy,
and right,
wealthy and wanted. Period.
right. And it's like the Washington Post is like, um, the richest woman in the world stole all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, sorry, we have to retract that statement. That didn't happen.
I'm assuming for defamation, but no. Have you? I'm sure you've seen
Shit.
Umbrella Academy, right?
You know I haven't, girl. The fuck? I'm not society's number one
Okay. Anyway,
consumer of social media.
let's
Come
go
on.
with that. So
Why would you assume I saw Umbrella Academy?
I don't know because it's amazing
I thought
and
you was gonna say Jumper. That would be a whole
no.
other story. But all right, continue.
Um. So anyway, Umbrella Academy. There's a girl in the show, and she has powers, kind of like that. But she has to say, there's a phrase that she has to say. I heard a rumor, and when she whispers these words, I heard a rumor. Anything she says after that, you believe. And it would pretty much would be that, but I would have to rumor the whole bank, which I'm okay with.
Yes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Or it could
Let's.
be I go to the store to pay for
Thank you.
something. I give them a
Yes.
dollar,
I heard a rumor
and
they were free.
or that I heard a rumor
Yeah.
it was free. Oh, I heard a rumor this I'm giving you $100, and they give me change back. But I'm just saying there's ways around it. Mind control,
Okay.
me. That's what be my power.
Okay. Let me just help you out a little bit.
Sure,
In
sure,
order to
sure.
get you a little rich with mind control,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't do this at the bank level. It's not enough money. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk up to armored cars and get it done.
Mm.
You can go to the US Treasury and be like, I heard a rumor I got all access pass, baby. Right? Like all that.
Right.
You got to do that type of thing because you don't want to make multiple trips for 10
To the
G's.
bank.
You
You're
feel me?
right. And
You
then
don't want
they
to make
have to
multiple trips for 50.
there's like a form because like at
Yeah.
10K you got to fill out some
Yes.
shit.
Exactly.
9,999, you're good. The dollar, you filling out
Right.
forms.
Exactly. Now, if you walk up into the treasury and be like, I'll just send this pallet of money that just got created to this address, and then go to that address, which is a warehouse of yours, and be like, I heard a rumor that I own this address. You're like, all
Right.
right, bet. And then you just get moving companies to be like, I heard a rumor y'all about to clear all this shit out. So I got room for these pallets.
Period.
All that is a 1 day trip to
For
just get
sure.
money sent to you. And then
I'm
that
gonna hit
money
up
will
Elon
constantly get
Musk.
sent to you. Let's hear how that goes.
Mm.
I heard I heard yo
I'm
I heard a
getting free
rumor that
Teslas,
you're right.
money,
That'd be sick.
and I own Twitter.
You owning Twitter ain't gonna do nothing.
That
You
would
would
be
be
fun
upset.
for me. That would be fun for me.
Hmm.
That would be fun for
I'm a
me.
my favorite new thing. Somebody made a TikTok, and apparently Elon Musk went off on a former employee.
Oh shit.
So this guy had made a whole comment. He goes, "Yo, uh, mind you, he starts off the whole thing talking about that there was this huge scandal that happened with Circuit City,
Uh-huh.
and Circuit City pretty much went in, and they had a moment where when Circuit City went out of business,
Mm.
everybody started putting Circuit City on their resume, and nobody could check them because they went out of business, right?
Right, right.
Lit. So
Smart.
apparently,
Yeah.
what happened was this guy made a big tweet on Twitter saying like, "Yo, Elon, do I still work for you? Because I don't have access to my computer anymore, and nobody's saying anything." And he apparently like goes off, and he's just like, grumble, grumble. No, you don't do work for me. You're trash." And it's like, turns out, homie had muscular dystrophy, so he couldn't move, but he was still able to access his computer. So he was still working on his computer to make money, but
Uh-huh.
then he lost access to his computer for some reason.
Shit.
But in the problem is Twitter doesn't have an HR department.
Mm.
So the guy goes, "So you know what that means? That we all need to redo our resumes and put down that we work for
Twitter.
Twitter."
That's
And
kind of lit.
I've spent 3 years working in communications at Twitter.
No HR.
I've spent 5 years working as head of blank at Twitter.
I like that.
And if you go in and you try to make a complaint about like or try to figure out who else works at Twitter, they won't tell you.
I like that.
It's lit.
I like that a lot.
Uh I like it a lot. What is
True.
one thing that you think everyone should experience in their lifetime? Don't say it.
I'm not.
Fuck us.
I'm not. I'm not.
Save it for Patreon. Don't say it.
That part.
That part.
Kink episode coming soon.
There's no goddamn kink. No.
One thing I think everybody should experience once in their life. Ooh, just one. I feel like I'm gonna say this. I'll say both of them. One will be dancing on a bar and in a club.
Dancing on a bar.
Yes.
Coyote Ugly style?
Sure. Just like
Okay.
you're just like a night, you're out with your friends, the vibes are immaculate. You got a couple drinks in your system, you're feeling confident, you're feeling good. And you're like, fuck it, I'm finna get on this bar and dance all in front of all of these people.
Yeah.
And it's very freeing. It's very freeing. It's fun. It's a good time. And I feel like everybody should experience that. Just one time. Just that feeling of freeness. Feels so good. And then second one, I would say swimming in the ocean naked. Great.
We just jump ship. And I don't know where that just.
Or
I know that's a pun, but like that's crazy that you just
taking a
went
cruise.
there.
Cruises are cool, but no, I'm gonna stick with my two. Dancing on the bar, swimming naked in the ocean.
Okay.
Again, it's very freeing. Great.
Clearly, but my question is, when you had to put your clothes back, yeah. I just know.
You get in there with your swimsuit, with your bathing suit on. Take the bathing suit off. You hold it in your hand, swim around, you splash around, you do your thing, put it back on. You ready to get back out?
It's not a bad move. I'm not gonna lie.
It's nice. Pretty great.
I'm sure that mentally, you just being in a large body of unattainable water to just be there is freeing. I'm sure that is. It won't be me though. I'll tell you that. I'd rather wear a Speedo than to be like, all right, bet, let's go.
It is. It's great. It's freeing. It's water everywhere. It's great feeling, great time. And I would suggest to not be sober when you do it. Takes it up a notch. It's a good time. It's a good time.
That is a good time for you. That's just anxiety for me. I would tell you that straight like that.
Straight like that.
What's one thing that everybody should experience in their lifetime? Ooh. I got corny ones and I got semi okay ones.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
You should make something from complete scratch.
Okay.
Um,
Do humans count?
no, fuck no. The fuck?
Damn.
You know how easy it is for people to have. You know how many people have experienced that?
A
Anyways,
lot.
right. I think everybody should just experience the nature of childbirth.
Uh-uh.
Fuck.
I'm not putting that on nobody. Mm-mm.
Right. Don't you
Shit
put that
hurt.
on me. Um. Oh no. Okay. No. What I think is like my original YouTube idea was just gonna be called it was just gonna be called from scratch, right?
Nice.
And the first thing I was gonna do was make a BLT sandwich from scratch.
Like completely from scratch? Oh shit.
Yes.
Okay.
So like plant the lettuce, plant the tomato, slice the bacon from the belly of like not actually from a pig, but like to go to a butcher or go to like an
Yeah.
actual like place, select the pig,
Yeah. Yeah.
get that particular thing, slice that bacon myself, bake the bread,
Okay.
and make the mayonnaise, do all that,
That'd be so good. Ooh, that would be
and
so good.
to just make it a completely enriched thing. So the first thing I ever did like that was pasta.
Really?
And I've made homemade pasta before.
Nice.
It's so different. It's no matter what you've done, if you've have you ever had homemade pasta before?
Hmm. I haven't.
So the first time I ever experienced something close to homemade pasta was at like Restaurant Depot. They would sell like the fresh pasta that's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this expires in 3 days. So you got to eat it. And
Hey.
like, fuck. So I had it, and it was like it boils for like 2 minutes,
Nice. Nice.
and you boil it, cook. And I was like, this is softer. It's velvety. It's just
Ooh.
everything. And so I went in. I was like, what do you do to make pasta? I
Right.
know that all these like big world like things. There's those different world experiences. They just make it happen. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, look cool. Let's figure out how you make it happen. Egg, oil, flour.
Mm-hmm. Say
That's it. I sat there and I mixed it, did it by hand, rolled it, sliced it up, made fettuccine.
nice.
I tell you, it was the most beautiful
Wow.
moment for me to just do that and then create a meat sauce and everything like that. So for
Ooh.
me, just learn to make one dish
Mm-hmm.
from complete scratch. And it's one of those feelings of like making your own wooden table. Like it's like one of those things where you're just like the craftsmanship is everything and you can
Mm.
be proud of it
Yeah. I did this.
that you did that, right? Because like you
Yeah.
won't scarf it down. You'll just be like, whoa. Especially if you
Mm.
do it right.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do is be like, oh cool, I just made a PB&J sandwich and you realize you forgot to add salt to your peanut butter.
Mm.
And now you got this dry ass peanut butter sandwich.
Goddamn
So
peanut butter brittle.
peanut butter brittle. Jeez. All right, what's the next
All
one?
right. If you could relive one day of your life, which one would it be and why? That's hard.
I got one that I'm gonna save probably for like I don't know when we have a real dark episode. I'll probably save one for that.
Okay.
um, my actual answer probably would be like, uh, okay. So I spent a lot of time thinking about this, and I don't know if I regret it or not. But at the same time,
Okay.
it's like you got to figure out life. Anyways, the day that I had to transfer schools.
Mm-hmm.
So I had taken this class a bunch of times. The last time I took it, I couldn't pass the test and I couldn't graduate.
Damn.
So they wouldn't let me go on to the next set of courses.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, "You should email them. You should let them know like you're serious about this. That you like they got to figure out something."
Yeah.
And in that day, I was like, Mom, there's no point in me emailing them. Like, they're not going to let me in. And she's like, you got to just try. You got to just try.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I probably spent 2 days emailing 3 different people, going back and forth, trying to get responses about, like, hey, can you let me stay?
Yeah.
Like, what I got to do.
Right.
And they wouldn't let me.
Damn.
And I would take that day back.
Mm.
Not the failing the class, not the doing all these extra activities, things. I would take the day back from me begging
Yeah.
adults who
Yeah.
don't care to
Thanks.
let me back into a school that they do not care if I graduate from.
Yeah.
I absolutely would not. I would take that back every time
So you would
because
relive it and do it differently.
I would literally go back and just take the L.
Mm. Okay. I get that. I totally get that.
Absolutely. Second
Um.
place to that is writing letters to professors, being like, "Hey, I'm not gonna make it, but I appreciate the time I had with y'all." And everybody responded to those letters except one.
Oh.
And I don't want to. I would take that letter back from her
Oh
because fuck
shit.
her. So there you go.
You don't
Yes.
get no
All right.
letter.
Oh, so now you can't read either, bitch. All right, bed.
Stutter and steal
So.
letters.
All right. For you, what would you relive?
For me, see, I took a different, I guess, approach you could say to this. Instead of reliving a day and doing it differently, which now I kind of want to do it in that through that lens as well. But uh, for me, it would be the first thing that popped into my mind was a trip on. I went on a girls' trip to Miami a couple years
Mm-hmm.
ago, and it started off. It was just by this time in the trip, it's been like a breakdown. It was like the energy was weird or whatever. One girl had a little funky, dusty ass attitude. So, and she was like, just kind of like, we're on vacation, and she was just being whack. So, me and another really good friend of mine, so we was just like, you know what, we want to go to the beach. Fuck it. Me and you, we out. Everybody else was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go to the beach. But they were dragging their feet. So we just left them. And we
Okay.
dipped. Called it wasn't an Uber. They have something down there in Florida. I forget what it's called, but it's like $1 cab pretty much. And
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Okay.
called them, met up with them. They dropped us off at the beach. We were chilling. We had a great time. We had vibes. Started off with just us. Got high. Had a little drinks. Made a little fort thing, not a fort, but like a little picnic area on the beach. Got in the water. Was chilling. The other girls trickled in. Some of them got in the water. We were just frolicking at the beach. This is where swimming in the ocean naked comes from. And then a goddamn rainbow appeared like out of nowhere. It was it was
Oh,
so
she doesn't do
strange.
drugs. That's
I
okay, guys. She doesn't
swear
do drugs.
I don't. I
No,
don't.
no, 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 no. She doesn't do juice. She doesn't.
It was a rainbow.
The fuck is she talking about?
A rainbow was in the sky. We were having immaculate vibes. And then we go to leave. We're like, all right, let's go. Let's go back to the Airbnb. Let's wash up. Let's go back out. So we're heading back to meet up because now the car is there. So we're heading back to the car. And on the way there, like legit, they had like this like performance going on there at the beach. There was a stage, people, singing like covers of songs. So we're like, okay, this is kind of cool. So we kind of just stood there for a minute and just started vibing there. And then it just started to rain. And then like everybody was just like dancing in the rain at this like random ass outdoor concert. It's a great ass day. It was a great ass moment. And none of it got to social media. That's how you know we were having an
Yeah,
amazing time. Like it was just so random and so much fun and so amazing. I would absolutely relive that because that was just such a beautiful moment. It was great. I loved it.
I like that for you. I like a beautiful moment
Yeah,
relived type thing. I
for
think if I
sure.
were, I think if I was better at not being so negative, I would have found a positive moment to relive. but that's smart to relive one of those. But I think I was more along the yeah. I don't know if I were to think about a positive one,
Mhm.
it would probably be one of like the most chillest days
Mm.
where I did probably nothing really,
Yeah.
but it was me and my girl.
Chilling. Those be the best fucking
Because
days.
in those days there wasn't a single thing of priority that ever popped up,
Yeah.
and it was
Yes.
just two,
Y'all.
and
Chilling.
that was it. And that was it.
I love that. I love
I
that.
think I think for the betterment of keeping this type of vibe up, we're gonna save these last two,
Perfect.
and I think I'm gonna really have to think about my answers for these last two questions because it makes the most sense to
Mm.
to think
To
before I
think on
speak.
it.
Yes,
Absolutely. I
because
agree.
drugs.
Okay, sure.
That part,
That part.
that part, you know.
Absolutely.
Um, but generally,
That part.
there it is. Um, this has been another episode that's been like honestly crazy. Um,
A roller coaster.
I will say it's dope talking to you.
Likewise.
So I'm glad that we just communicate
Mm-hmm.
because most of the time when we just hang out, it's
We
just
just
been
talk
like
shit.
we'll just talk shit
Yeah.
and then we'll just be in silence, just doing shit, and
Throwing
then we'll go,
insults back and forth.
yeah, just like for fuck's sake, it's just I forgot what it was. We literally remember one time I was like, "Hey, are we cool?" And you're like, "Yeah." I was like, "All
Oh,
right,
I
cool,
remember
cool."
that. Oh my God. I remember that. I think something had happened.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
remember what it was, but I remember that.
We
Oh, I
some
remember that.
we spazzed, something spazzed. Like just momentarily just we just went, "Okay. Okay then." And it was just like fucking anger and I'm like, "All right, cool. I hope she doesn't think I'm
Right.
serious." Yo, we cool? Yeah, we're good. All right, moving on. We're done here. Because
Nah.
everybody else is like, all right. What I think everybody else witnesses is they're like, here's my friendship with crew.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why do they have two different friendships that we don't have? And I'm like,
Just happened that way.
that just sounds like a thing that you're upset about, and we're fine. So
Right. It works. Fine.
we're good. Literally, in
Absolutely.
the, I remember that moment so clearly because I remember going, whatever the fuck happened, we're fine, and
Mm-hmm.
we have never been
Not fine.
angry about each other not fine. Like, yeah, we've never been not fine. So
No dumb shit.
yes, if you ever see me, if for some magic reason, I think it's because I might have called you a bitch.
No, Gil was mad at you for that.
Gil was
Gil's
heated.
pissed. And because like context and intention are so important. Cause like
So
it's
much.
I don't know what she heard, but how you said it, it went like the conversation was, it wasn't directed towards me.
No,
So
it was
she's
not.
thinking you were like literally calling me a bitch. That was not the case at all. She was
No,
pissed. As she
it
should
was
have been, because if I was on her shoes and I thought somebody was calling her a bitch, I would also be mad. So
right.
I get it.
But that dynamic was just like it was crazy because someone else got more offended than the person. And now I get it if it's like a
Mhm.
situation where that person is like, I just don't stand up for myself. And you're like,
Yeah,
no, 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 I'm gonna
never
stand
the
up for
case with
you.
me.
Right.
Shut your ass.
Crew's taller. No, I was gonna say Crew's taller than most people when it comes to situations like that. So she's like, first of all, and you're like, all right, cool. Once you hear first of all, you pretty much gotta shut the hell up. So that's how that goes.
I know one
But
thing, this podcast, I definitely feel like I'm for sure getting to know you better, and I think that's really dope. So it's good
yeah,
talking to you too. I really like it. It's pretty dope.
yes. And the crazy part is, I haven't even tried to be funny yet.
I don't think you have to try. I think you people
No, I'm
are
gonna
just
try. I'm
na-
gonna work real hard to be funny. So
naturally funny.
nope. I'm gonna
Nope.
work my
Okay.
ass off.
To be
I'm gonna
funny?
write jokes.
You can
I'm gonna
write
write
jokes?
jokes.
So you're a comedian
Yep,
now. Cool. All right.
that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Right? What's the deal? And that's what
Please
I'm gonna
don't.
do,
Please don't.
and tell jokes. Right?
Please don't.
I mean, like that reminds me of a funny story. So when I was younger, right?
Here we
Nah,
go.
don't do that.
Here we go. Here we go.
So I've been thinking about how to end this podcast, right? Because I know how you're such. Don't give me that look, all right? She gave me a look like she was like, "You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?" She gave me that look.
That's exactly what I
So that's
want.
exactly the fucking eyeball she gave me. She literally did that. So my thing is, I I figured it out.
Okay.
I don't know where this is from,
Okay.
but it's my only way to appease you and to appease what's going on with finishing the fucking episode. So
Okay.
remember, everyone, have a great rest of your day.
Yes.
I don't know who's listening, but if you're listening,
Thank
remember
you.
that 9/11 was in. Wait, thank you. I appreciate you. Um, check us out, please. First of all, when she gets her Twitch back, right? Blow that shit up,
Period.
right? Hit it with the hashtag really Twitch, and then that's how I know
Mm.
it's real, right? Big old hashtag really Twitch in the comment section, and
Love
just be
that.
like, right? Um, and then we'll go from there. But crew, it's always been a pleasure. I
Likewise.
guess we're off to go see Batty South. I guess that's a
Yes,
thing
sir.
now. Just remember, uh, God, okay. Just remember, no matter what you do, that the two of us care deeply about you being successful, each and every one of y'all.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like my great dad once said,
"Stay fresh, cheese bags."
there you go.
Yes.
So there's your new fucking ending. Is me
I love it.
blasting this shit. I'm gonna put it on 100.
"Stay fresh, cheese bags."
There you go.
Absolutely.
See ya.
Yeah.